the reading from something you forgot along the way. And today's story is number 64, page 173. Change yourself and others will follow. The samurai and the horse. When the Zen priest Bankei 1622 to 1693 was still an acolyte, every night he would sit in meditation. One morning after meditating, he was resting by a stable when a samurai came along to train his horse. As Bankei looked on idly, it became apparent to him that the horse was out of sorts and balking at its rider's commands. The samurai yelled at the animal and beat it. Bankei shouted, "What do you think you're doing?" The samurai paid no attention, but only whipped the animal all the harder. Bankei kept on shouting until finally the samurai dismounted and walked over to him. "You have been scolding me for some time, I believe," he said quietly. "If you have something to teach me, I am willing to listen." His words were exceedingly polite, but it was clear that depending on what kind of answer he received, he might erupt in anger. Without hesitating, Bankei told him, "It is foolish to blame only the horse for failing to listen to you. The horse has its own reasons. If you want it to listen, you must encourage it to do so. To do that, you must start with yourself. Do you understand?" This was a humble and intelligent samurai, for he nodded, bowed, and left. Then, with a change of attitude, he remounted his steed. Sure enough, the horse too was now a changed creature, and docilely obeyed his every command. People constantly blame others for their own faults and find no peace. The essential thing is to take an honest look at oneself and correct one's own attitude. Do that and others will change too. Your home life is guaranteed to be happier. Okay, very good. So this story is teaching us a valuable lesson about action reaction, how the reaction is always in proportion in size and intensity to the action that was exerted. So a lot of times we are not aware of what kind of impact we are having on others. So when we see their rebellious behavior or lack of cooperation or just not a smiling response, so we just get upset and only blame them for failing to cooperate with us. But as we learned from the story, in this story, the horse is not cooperating with his rider. The horse has his or her own reasons for not cooperating. So if we develop and cultivate our wisdom and emotional intelligence, we can put ourselves in the shoes of the horse. Why is it that the horse is not following my orders? Maybe the horse is tired, maybe the horse is thirsty, and maybe the horse has some physical or psychological pain. If I don't understand the law of cause and effect deeply enough to recognize that for every effect there are these causes and conditions behind them, that they unite and they produce the effect. Unless I deepen my awareness of all these causes and conditions, I'm just gonna act out of my ignorance and foolishness and just blame others um, for the suffering that I am going through, instead of making the effort where we have power to create a change. It's called the sphere of influence. So that's where we can focus. How can I influence this horse or this person to be cooperative? Maybe I'm not giving them what they want from me. So how foolish of me to expect them to give me what I want when I'm not giving them what they want. So it's like a mirror image or action reaction. I think that's what we learn in the story. Like it says, the essential thing is to take an honest look, a brutally honest look at oneself and correct our own attitude. If we do that, other people will change too. Yeah, and our home life, office life is guaranteed to be happier. Of course, we need to also practice patience, which is one of the 6 parameters. And good things always come to people who wait. So, good job, everyone, for sitting through this meditation practice, for being patient, practicing looking at the mind. And today is Monday, so we will have the Right View Lab at 8 p.m. Pacific time. And have a beautiful start of your week. Bye bye.